Hold on, I'm about to bless you guys. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today, we are doing a story time. So, you're probably wondering, what are we talking about? Today, story times are going to relate to near-death experiences. I have so many in my life that I just can't remember them. But the few I do remember are pretty interesting, so let's get straight into it. The first story is going to take off in San Francisco. My homeboy Carson had just had his mom move up there, and he was already thinking about dipping, but I knew over the summers he would go there for like a couple weeks and then come back. One time I was like, hey, I'm pulling up with you. And he was like, hey, that's a good idea. We get up there, we're going to San Fran, and we're in this little town that's right outside the Bay Area. It's called Benicia, I believe. I want to say it's Benicia. It's a pretty small little nice like bunch of condos, I guess. It's a cool little town. Basically, one day, me and Carson woke up and we're like, hey, we should go get some Starbies. So we mobbed down to Starbucks to get some Starbies. You know what I mean? The streets in San Fran, even because we weren't in the actual city, we were like a little bit outside of it, but the roads were still insane. Fools drove however they wanted. So we're walking down, we're like skating actually, because it's all downhill because San Francisco's just massive hills. And we come up to the first stoplight. So we're just kind of sitting there, just like chilling, waiting. And I'm not really paying attention. And I see the stoplight turns red for the cars going this way so we can cross. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna send it. So I just start walking, not even paying attention. And I just feel somebody grab my shoulder and yank me back. And like, it almost took me off my feet. And I was like, oh my God. So I look back and I see my homie Carson. And then I look at what he's looking at. A car flies by at probably 90 miles per hour, completely blows this red light, would have killed me instantly. Instant death. So instantaneous, it would have been the most instant death ever. It would have just been like, dead. Whoa! It would have been crazy. We make it past the stoplight. I'm like, God, Carson, thank you so much, bro. That was insane. I almost died. And he was like, I got you, bro. I got you. It's the homie moment. That was a good homie moment. We pull up to the next stoplight, because there's two stoplights before we got to the Starbucks from his house. So we pull up to the second stoplight, and we're kind of sitting there. And I swear to God, I don't know why our positions flipped, but this fool sees the lights, turns red, goes to start walking. I look out of the corner of my eye and I just see another car hurtling. There's no way this fool's gonna stop. There's no chance. He's going like probably about the same, probably like 80, 90 miles per hour, so fast. And I just grab this fool's shoulder and pull him back. And he's like, what? And then, whew, and he just looks at me. He's just like, oh my God, thank you. And that was the day my homie saved my life, and then I saved his life like 5 minutes later in the same circumstances. So that was a pretty cool story. That's story number one. Story number two actually takes place in Wrightwood, and it really wasn't that long ago. And it was one of the scariest driving incidents I've almost ever had in my whole life. It makes me shaky thinking about it because it was such a close call. It was crazy. So let's get straight into story number two. We are picking up my homeboy Carson, and he kind of lives by the highway. To get into Wrightwood, you have to take 138 and then turn onto Highway 2, and that takes you all the way through Wrightwood. Just turned from 138 on the Highway 2. My homeboy Carson lived pretty close to that little like intersection. So I pick him up, me, Carson, and my homie Elias in the car. I forgot what we were doing. We just went down to Phelan to like get McDonald's or whatever. So we were coming back up from Phelan. Just picked up Carson. We're driving, and I'm always going like, I don't usually try to speed on the two, just because I do know cops like to chill. And honestly, it's just a bad idea. I try not to speed because I already had a close call once. I was going like 90 and like a 60. I got really lucky because the cop was really cool and I couldn't find my insurance and he let me off. So I'm trying not to speed down Highway 2, but I'm still going like 70. It's kind of what the average is. People go like 70, 60 to 70 down it. I'm going like 70. And we're coming up to this dirt road. I see it on my right. It's probably 200, 300 feet away. So I have a lot of time. And I see this white truck pull up. And I'm like, oh, he sees me. There's no way this fool would ever just like turn out right in front of me, because 300 feet is not enough to like make this gap. Like I was going fast enough to where I was just gonna hit him. So in my head, I'm like, all right, this guy is not this stupid. And I see him like start, and he creeps a little bit and he stops. I'm starting to think, I'm like, all right, what kind of guy is this guy? Is this guy that hesitate and stop like the smart person, or is he the hesitate and go like a dumb person? I'm sitting there, me, Carson, Elias are all just kind of jamming out, talking. I'm paying attention, but not really paying attention at the same time. I just see this fool. He goes for it again, and I'm probably only like 100 feet at this point. I'm so close, it's ridiculous. This fool just sends it. He literally goes right in front of my car and stops. Takes out my whole lane. Literally just stops right in the front of my lane. I'm going like 70. I got my two homies in the car. I don't want to die with them. Like, the most split second decision I've ever made. It was so fast. It was crazy. Like, I'm talking 0.5 seconds. And if I didn't make that decision at that exact moment, we would have been smoked. Basically, what happened, this fool pulls out. So we got the two lanes going, this one going this way, this one coming back towards me. This guy's right here. So he just stops right here. My car mobbing towards him. I have to, like, within, it sounds crazy, but I'm going to say like a 2-second period, I had to make the decision to pop into this lane and then right before going head on with another car, switch back into the other lane. It was one of the most terrifying, like, I was gonna say like 20 seconds, but it was so fast. It was probably like only like 2 seconds. Terrified. I pull off this great maneuver, managed to miss the white truck, managed to not go head on with the car coming straight at me, barely pull in, and I'm just like, whew, what an idiot. It really hadn't hit me yet. I don't know, it was just so fast, I couldn't even like perceive what had just happened. And then I just start hearing my homie Carson going crazy. Look back at this fool Carson. He is sitting in the middle seat without his seatbelt. If I would have hit that car at the speed I was going, he would have went straight through my windshield. Straight through it, nothing stopping him, just whoosh. So that's not only the time I saved my life, I also saved my two other homies' lives because some idiot decided to hesitate and go. So, little lesson. If you're driving and you think you can make it, but you're still like hesitant to go for it and you like kind of go and stop, don't keep going. Just wait, please. The last things we need is more car crashes, and it's really just because people are stupid. So drive like everybody's trying to kill you and just be safe out there.